and Sandman, welcome to the 103 GBF YouTube channel. It's time for another edition of the coolest person I know, and this time it's the lovely London from the Pony. Hello!
Hi!
How are you?
I'm doing great today. How are you?
Good, thanks for coming down.
Yeah, of course.
Now we met because I think I advertised enough on the radio that I wanted to do a video with you, and you got the message and we got in touch. And then I asked you to be on the upcoming Hometown Honeys poster, which you agreed to, and we did a photo shoot, was it last week?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. You look great, and it's going to be a great poster, too. One thing I wanted to ask you about, you're very well known for pole dancing, and I've seen some videos of you on the Ponies page. You actually take classes for that, right?
I do, but I only started taking the classes about 2.5 months ago.
Yeah.
Because I was really getting bored and I wanted to excel my skills and be taught something instead of just teaching everybody something.
So eventually you would like to perhaps teach others?
Maybe in the future, but right now my focus is competition training. So I want to do maybe some local competitions, and then the end goal within maybe 5 or 6 years is to do the United States Pole Dancing Federation competition.
I had no idea.
It exists.
I had no idea it was sanctioned.
Yeah, I think they're actually this close to putting it in the Olympics, so you better watch out.
That'd be awesome. I'd watch that. I put on my Facebook page that you're going to be in here today and ask people to ask questions. So I'm going to go through a few of these.
Okay.
I'm going to leave out the ones that I think are stupid or irrelevant. How's that? So April says, what made you decide to go into this line of work?
Well, April, truthfully, I started out dating a man who was much older than me, and we started doing drugs together. A lot of peer pressure involved with that. And then he also suggested after we lost our jobs that I go ahead and be a stripper. And I'm like, that's a great idea. I'll have plenty of money for drugs. And of course, a couple months into dancing, I broke that off with him. And I got clean after 3.5 months of dancing and haven't touched any drug ever since. And that's been wonderful. That's been 8 years, 9 years, something like that.
Wow. I do have a question myself. Since the Pony is 18 and up, no alcohol served, what is the biggest difference between a bar that serves alcohol and has strippers and a bar like the Pony, a soda bar?
Well, the most obvious one, drunkenness.
Yes.
Among the girls and among the guys, and especially among the guys, it can just make people less tolerable because, let's face it, not everybody is a good drunk. So when you have the people in there who are bad drunks, you know, and they're put in that situation, they just go crazy, and they're a lot to deal with, so you have a lot more drama. And then with the girls too, sometimes, you know, you'll have those girls who aren't good drunks either, and they're just causing drama too. So it's a lot calmer, it's nicer, and you also get to reach out to clientele, you know, the 18, 19, and 20-year-olds that you never get to see at another club. And that's great because they're usually respectful, college kids, nice, hardworking, so it's great to see that side of them too.
Well, all makes sense to me, definitely. Here's another question off the Facebook page. What type of dance training did you do for this job?
I had no dance training for this. In fact, I just got in there and I started working on it myself and trying to figure out what are the aerodynamics, what can be done here. And I think there are a couple of girls who maybe did some pole tricks and I could look at that, but it's nothing in the way and the style and how many things that I do now. I had maybe 1.5 years of ballet training when I was in high school.
That's training, yeah.
Yeah, it just taught me how to point my toes. That was it. Didn't help out much more than that.
And I know you're big into yoga.
Yeah, I like to do yoga. I don't take any classes. I probably should, but I really like just stretching. You know, outside, inside, stretching and doing all of those things. It makes me feel really good. And it's also really beneficial to the pole dancing because you need to be flexible for those things.
I noticed when we were doing the Hometown Honeys poster shoot, you did a lot of stretching before, so you could get, I guess, limber because we had you in a lot of different positions.
Yeah, I even think that modeling, you know, you have to be able to extend and stretch in your pictures. So it's kind of the same with pole dancing to give, you know, a better elongated image. You want to, you know, make sure that you're very limber for it.
That makes sense, definitely. Keith wants to know, have you ever fallen off the pole?
Okay, Heath. Yes, one time, but let me tell you, I always have an exit plan ready for any pole trick that I'm doing, and usually my first thought is, if I fall, go to the splits right away. And that's kind of what happened. I was doing something where I flipped up, and I was supposed to catch with a foot. The foot never caught. I just went over really fast. And to slow myself down, I grabbed here and kind of landed in this pretty close to the floor split thing. And everybody thought it was pretty cool or kind of scary. I don't know, but I saved it.
That's awesome. You gotta have a plan B, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. A question from Matt. Should I call you a stripper or a dancer? It's kind of like midget or little people.
I would go for dancer when you're talking about all of the girls.
Yeah.
To be respectful. I myself, I have a great sense of humor. I don't care. You call me a stripper. You go right ahead.
I wondered about that. I myself
Yeah.
did, and I didn't know how to refer to you, so that's why I said dancer at first.
Right.
I think that is more respectful.
Yeah, it is. But sometimes I make stripper jokes to break the ice, so I don't care. You can come at me with it.
There you go. Bambi wants to know, how do you not fall over and break your neck in those shoes?
I think I know Bambi. Hi. Now there's something that I tell girls if they're really struggling to walk in stilettos, 90-10. 90% of the weight needs to go on the ball of your foot, 10% on the heel. If you mess with that ratio, you're going to fall over. And then the second part is that you really need to pull and extend all of your muscles up and have good posture. The better your posture, the better you're going to stay upright.
Very logical. You're a very logical person. And I know sitting and talking to you when we were waiting for your turn to take photos, we had some great conversation, and you really impressed me. So, you're a very smart girl.
Well, thank you. You impressed me too.
Well, yay! Mutual admiration. I'll ask you one more question from the Facebook page. Drew wants to know, do you feel only horny men come to see you at the club, or are there those who appreciate exotic dancing as an art and appreciate your talents?
Usually the latter, not very often. I get people in who are actually artists, or people who are probably participating in artistic things in their life, then they definitely notice that. But furthermore, it's not always horny men. Sometimes for younger guys, it's a fun, exciting thing to do.
Sure.
And some of it is horny men, and then the other part of the people are men who just want some company.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. How many customers get a little handsy?
A good deal of them, but I feel a lot in the way that you present yourself is what's going to have people respect you in a way that they're not getting handsy. So some nights I could have over half the people that I'm dancing for getting really handsy, like is it a full moon or what? And then sometimes I don't run into the problem at all, or if I do, it's just, oh, I didn't know the rules or something.
Right.
So it really depends, but I would say about 50% will ask if they can touch or if they can get handsy. So 50% have it in their mind at least that they want to do it.
And the answer is 100% no.
Just a guess. The answer is 100% no.
Yeah.
You
Can't
know,
do
I mean, if someone's sitting there and they kind of, put a hand on your leg or something in a dance like that, or they move your hair or something, someone that you've danced for a lot, like that's not a big deal. No girl's going to get upset about that.
Right.
But the rules of the pony are hands off, no matter what. Sorry.
I think that's how it should be, really. And also, I want to ask you about the confidence factor, because I see lots of girls who dance who really don't look the customer in the eye so much when they are bending down to take a tip or when they're doing a dance. I have a feeling you have a lot of confidence. And is it difficult to, like when you're close and intimate doing a private dance, to look that guy in the eye?
No, as far as giving a lap dance, I have no trouble looking someone in the eye. In fact, I've had a lot of people before who really like that quality in me. And for me, I'm not scared of anybody. Like, I'm not intimidated. I think everybody's a person, and I'm a person, and that the eye contact is really a big factor in making this more intimate. If a person is trying to make eye contact with you, that's what they want. And as far as the stage, I don't think that that's so much as a confidence factor. It may be for some girls, don't get me wrong, but I think that a lot more than that. We're up there in these shoes, and we're dancing around, and we're trying to take tips and do all these things. We're really focusing on not falling and not messing up. So it's kind of like, I'll make eye contact on stage, but it's to a point that I've performed enough and I'm comfortable and have enough balance that I can afford to go, oh, I thought of all this, now I can make eye contact too.
Right. Okay. Well, that's an interesting thought process. London from the Pony. It's 18 and up club. Everybody knows where that is, I think, on Teacouple, right off Green River Road. What are your pretty usual hours as far as your work work schedule?
Hours right now I'm doing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and Thursday is from 7 to 3, and Friday and Saturday is from 9 until 5 in the morning. Sometimes I come in off schedule, never know.
5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Are you wearing a little thin by 5 in the morning?
No, I'm a nut. After work, I still get up on the pole and I practice until they're done with the fax work, and then I go to the gym for an hour, and then I go home and I stay awake until 11 or noon to have some time at home, fall asleep, wake up and do it again. But that's just for the weekend, so it's not too bad.
You're superhuman, I think.
Maybe.
Well, thanks for coming in today. You're one of the coolest persons I know. Is that proper grammar? Coolest people I know, maybe. Anyway, London from the Pony. And you were going to show me a little bit about a lap dance before we wrap up, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So, let's go.
Okay.